everybody. It's now the 4 o'clock session and we're looking at a level 2 paper, non-calculator, and it's the second to last one. It's paper 2132 on the NCFE website. As you can see, I'm sharing my screen. This is my blank piece of paper that you would take into your exam. This is the message you would see when you log in. That'd be Smith, that'd be Stephen, that'd be 4575, and that's saying ready to go. So make sure that the details are on there are the correct ones, and then you just click yes, I'm ready to go. Again, it tells you, right, you're not going to cheat. You understand that, you know, your cameras are on properly, everything's set up. Yes, I understand that. And then we set off. We've got that simple front screen that tells us non-calculator 30 minutes, one activity, 15 marks. And then the calculator paper follows straight on, same exam, and it's 1 hour 30, 3 activities, and 45 marks. And we click Start Test. And we're straight into the non-calc, and as you can see, the timer has started to click down. Beekeeping. I mean, it is a life, you know, it's a life thing. It's not made up. People do beekeeping. So let's have a look at what beekeeping's got to offer us for 5 questions. I do say, people, have a quick look. See, we've got a 2, we've got a 1, we've got a 2, we've got a 6. Wow. And we've got a 3. So the 6th one, we shouldn't run out of time because it's the 4th one in. But if you were thinking, oh, let's do the hardest one first, then we'd definitely hit the 6th one first. But I'm going to do them in order. And so when you're watching the video, I'm not jumping around all the screens and question 1, then question 6, then question 2, then question 4. So we'll do them in order, and it tends to build the story. You might use some of the information you saw in an earlier question in a question further down the line. Carsten has some information about bees. There are approximately 220,000 beehives in the UK. During the honey making season, each hive will have approximately 50,000 bees. He thinks that there are over 10 million bees in the UK during the honey making season. Is he correct? So for 3 marks, there is 220,000 beehives, and there are 50,000. My God, 50,000 bees in each hive. He thinks there's only 10 billion. Billion is a number. So if we look at millions, okay, so let's look at millions. Okay, so that's 1 million. A billion would be where we've got 9 zeros, and I know time is ticking, so I'm conscious that I'm going on too much. So that's 1 billion. If we've got 10 billion, then obviously we need to change that one here to 10. So that would be 10 billion. So it's a 10 and then 9 zeros. As we see this number here, okay, I'm going to just be really straightforward and say, right, let's just chop them off. And we'll put them back on in a minute. There's 8 zeros we're going to put back on. Okay, and then we're going to go 22 times by 5. 2 times 5 is 10, spare 1. 2 times 5 is 10, spare 1. Okay, so we've now got our number. We've done 22 times 5, so we're going to put 11 and a 0. And then we've got 8 zeros to add back in. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 11 billion. So all we did, we took the zeros off because it matches. And then we did a simple sum of 22 times 5, which gave us 110. And then we added our 8 zeros back on, which was from here, look, our 8 zeros. And the answer is 11 billion. Is Carsten correct? In our justification, it's a yes. And then we're going to say here, because it's yes, because 220,000 multiplied by 50,000 equals 11. Now 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 11 billion. And if you wanted to show how you did it, we could say 22. You don't have to do this bit. 22 times 5 equals 110. Then add the 8 zeros. if you wanted to. But there's no need to do that because you've shown them you're capable of showing what these multiply by what from a word problem, and you've got the right answer. So yes, they're correct. Next question. Let's scroll down a little bit. For 1 mark, a worker bee makes between 3.542 grams and 7.08 grams of honey in its lifetime. Work out 7.08 minus 3.542. Quickest way to work this one out is add an extra zero on here because that's what it would be. And then it's just a normal subtraction. 0 take away 8. We can't do it, so we cross that out. That becomes a 7, and that becomes a 10. 10 take away 2 becomes 8. 7 take away 4 is 3. 0 take away 5 we can't do, so let's put that as a 6 and that as a 1 now. 10 take away 5 is 5. 6 take away 3 is 3. So our answer is 3.538. That goes in the answer box, 3.538. I would also write exactly the same as what we've done in here. So we've done 7.080 minus, exactly as it shows it above. It's just a bit weird. We've just added the extra 0 on there to show we're going to put it into columns and rows. 3.542. Oh, why that went down there, I don't know. 3.542. And that equaled 3.538. And so we've got 1 mark. There's no need to write any more workings out than that. And we just click next question. Scroll down a bit. So your drawing question. Normally each exam has a drawing question. This one brings me back to my days in design and technology or design and communication I think, where you got a piece of isometric paper and it was like, oh my God, I can draw 3D drawings. So you kind of got really excited because the school didn't have much of this. It was like bog standard square paper. So when you got a chance to do a 3D drawing, it like, you know, you got to look after it. So the shape of a beehive is made of a symmetrical triangle prism on top of a cuboid. It's like a house. The dimensions are shown in the diagram below. Draw a scale diagram of the shape on the 1 centimeter isometric paper. Use the scale 1 to 10. So we're going to look at every single measurement on that picture. We've got 80. Why don't that work? Whoa, why doesn't that work? Let's change. I don't understand. Right, 80, yes. We've got 50. We've got 60. That's not 56, that's 50. We've got 60 and we've got a 90. It says here for every 1 centimeter, it equals 10. Aha, so that's quite straightforward. For every 1 centimeter, we've got 10. So we've got 8, 5, 6, 9. We've just done exactly that. We know that the number is 8 times bigger in real life than it is in our diagram. So if we've got the real life ones, we know that the number on the diagram is 10 times smaller. Okay, so we're going to look at all those figures. We know we've got a 1 and 8. We can keep that there. We don't need to scroll down. So the first one I would do is put my bottom lines here. And I'll do it as far down as I can. So it's going to be quite hard to keep it on the same page. And obviously, if you had a full screen, you'd be looking better at that. So we've got 6 along and 5 up. My front view is going to, I can use the tools. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to go 6 along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my front. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 along. Okay. And then if you remembered, we can scroll back up quickly. It says 8 up. So all the uprights in the corners are 8. The middle one here, we don't have to draw a line for, is 9. Okay. So let's draw all our uprights in the corner to 8. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excuse the shaky hand today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that exactly as I want it? Not quite, but that's okay. And that's sometimes that's why I would say having a practice online is quite useful, because sometimes like that it just catches you off guard. Okay, so that's our corners. There'll be obviously another one over at the other side, but we can't see that. And now we can do our roof. We can go along here, can't we? We can go that one there. And the one in the middle, that's 9, starts from the middle. So we know that our apex for our roof is 9 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's here. So I'm going to draw a line from there to the back. and there to the top of the apex. And then it's the same distance backwards. It's 6 going on. Is it 6 or 5? It's 5, not 6. That'll look funny, wouldn't it? So we've got the 6 going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then we can draw these lines to there. And as you can see, we've got a 5 going back from this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got the line, the last one to do is there. So it's not an absolute Mona Lisa. It's not a work of art, but the examiner can clearly see that I've got the dimensions correct and I've done exactly what it's asked me to. That one's a little bit off balance, but you're not getting a mark down for that one. You can absolutely see that that is the same shape as that one on there. You don't have to label it, so you don't have to put, say that's, 6 centimeters, that's centimeters. You just draw it, and that's the question done for that one. Let's skip to the next one. Okay. So this is the 6 marker. This is the biggie. So I thought my cat was just meowing outside. It must have been chasing things. Carsten collects 12 kilograms of honey from his beehive. He buys some jars. Each jar holds 1 pound of honey. 1 kilogram equals 2.205 pounds. Carsten wants to sell his honey. He finds these prices online. Carsten uses the median price of jars of honey. He thinks if he sells all his jars of honey, he'll receive over £240. Is he correct? So there's a lot going on. For 6 marks, there's a lot to digest there. My first point of call will be do an easy mark. Do the median. We know that the median of a group of numbers is the middle when in order. Middle when in order. So we can put these numbers in order. We can see there's an even number of numbers, so we'll need the middle 2. So what we're going to do, we're going to write them out. We've got the lowest one is £6.50. See if I can fit them all on here. If I do them small enough, I will. Then we've got £7.90. Then we've got £8 for missing it out. I apologise, I'll go back. Then £8.20. So we know we need that number because that's the 4th one. After the £8.20, we've got £9.80, I think. And again, I'll double check when I've got all the numbers in. Then we've got £10. Then we've got £12.50. And then we've got £13.90. Okay, so my median is my middle 2 numbers, which are these 2. Add them together, divide by 2. Okay, so we're going to have £8.20. Add £9.80. As you can see, we've got a 0, we've got a 0 and a 1, and we've got 18. Oh, that's a 0, by the way. That's terrible, doesn't it? £18. So we know that our median price is 18 divided by 2. So £9. What I would do straight away in my workings out box, I put here, we know we're going to sell our jar rights of oil. Can use the median price of John. He thinks that he'll sell John. So it's £9 per pound of honey. So median is and what we got here. We said 8.2 add 9.8 equals 18 divided by 2 equals 9. So we've got that one. We know what the median is. We're working with our number. Okay, so he collects 12 kilograms of honey from his beehive. So now we need to work out what 12 kilograms is when we're doing 2.05 pounds. Okay, so if we convert that, we can quite simply work out. Right, so let's scroll down a wee bit. So we've done our price. He's got 12 kilograms of honey, and we need to know what that is in pounds. We can see that 1 kilogram is the same as saying 2.205. We've got 12. So quite simply, if we've got that amount of kilograms, we just need to multiply this number by 12. So we're going to go 12 times by 2.205. When I look at that number, I think, oh man, that's like not complicated, but I want to get rid of my decimal. I don't need to have my decimal in there. So if I just go 1, 2, 3, I'm now going to use that number and I'll remember. So I'm going to put 3 decimal place out and I'll put them back in a minute. So now that's something to me, I can clearly, I don't know why it is about long multiplication, and I know lots of people work these out in a much more probably simpler fashion. And please, but by all means, if you're doing it your own way and it's working for you, don't think, oh, well, Steve showed me this way, I better do that way. If you're doing multiplication of decimals in a different way and it works, absolutely stick to that. There's lots of ways of doing things in maths, and as long as we get the right answer at the end, that's all that matters. Right, so it now becomes 2,205 times by 12. So 5 times 2 is 10. 0 times 2 is 0, add our spare. Okay, so we've now got 10. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Right, then we times it by 10, so we put our 0 in there, and we've got 5 times 1 is 5. 0 times 1 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. And we add them up, 0, 6, 4, 6, 2. So we've now got, if you look at that, we've got 264.60. Oh, sorry, let's put my decimal place in there. Shouldn't have done that so far. I've buttoned it back in for us already, so that's not what I wanted. 26.60. And I've got 3 decimal places out. My decimal place will be here. So I've got to bounce it 1, 2, 3. I've now bounced it back in. So back into kilograms, you can see that it is 26.460 kilograms. And if you look at that, that's about 12 times bigger. If we times 12 by 2, 24, we can see that we're actually on the right path there. If we loosely estimate in our head, we know we've put the decimal point in the right place. We've not said it's 264. So we're going to drop that down there. I'm going to put that in here. Look, we're going to put that as our next information. We've got 12 multiplied by 2.205, and we've said that is 26.460. Okay, so now we've got the total weight in pounds. We've got the price we're going to pay for it. So let's just find out. We just need to multiply that, and it needs to be more than 240 pounds. So we know we've got 26.460 times by 9. Okay, I'm not going to completely bamboozle people here. And again, my method would be just times it by 10 and then take one lot away. So times it by 10, it was 264. Then take away 20. So let's do it that way. Have we got enough time? Oh, yes, we have. 264.60. So I've times it by 10, and then I'm going to take one lot away. So 26460. Okay, I'll put that on there. So we can see clearly, oh gosh, 0 take away 0 is 0. 0 take away 6 we can't do, so that's 5, that's a 1. 10 take away 6 is 4. 5 take away 4 is 1. 4 take away 6 we can't do, that becomes a 5, that becomes a 1. 14 take away 6 is 8. 5 take away 2 is 3. 2 take away 0 is 2. So we can clearly see, without times it by 9, we times it by 10, so we moved this one place and took one away. So we can clearly see that it's going to be over 240. No, it's not. It's 238. It's close, but it's not over. I'm slipping down my chair there. So what I would do on here, my 6 mark, I'm saying 26.460 times by 9 equals 238.14. Okay, we don't need the extra 0 on the end. We're talking pounds and pence. And so I could say here, underneath that, 240 is, no, let's put our figure 238.14 is not more, with a comma in there, I like it, not more, is not more than 240. So therefore, is cast and correct. I'm going to put incorrect. And if you want to just times that by 9, then we do exactly the same as what we've just done here. put that down there like that. If you want to times that number by 9, then you just do exactly the same as what we've done over here. When I say exactly the same, so let's go. We're going to go 26.460 times by 9. Okay, so straight shoot out, just times it by one number. 0 times 9, 0. 4, 6 times 9. You think if it's pressure and you forgot your times tables, just quickly write them on here, no problem. 36, 45, 54, 63. Is that enough? We said 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 54. Okay, I've got it, 54. So we write 4 in there, 5 to carry. 4 times 9. Oh, I've already got it written down. That's brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 36. Add our spare one. Add our spare one. Oh my gosh, my brain went funny there. That's gosh, yeah, 36. Add our spare one. I've gone. No, that's right. Yes, 1. And we've got 6 times. Hold on, should have done that right. 6 times 9 is 54. Yeah. Okay, 5 to carry. 4. Yeah, it's 50. Yeah, so that's 41. I'm thinking, what is that? 41. 6 times 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 54. Add our spare. So 8. Yeah, I thought I'm going wrong here. And then 2 times 9 is 18. Add our spare 4 is 23. There we go. £238.14p. Exactly the same answer. I preferred, again, when you're used to working with one method, it's much quicker that way. I seem to be not struggling, but it was a case of, yeah, I was too busy trying to think, oh, why is it not matching up to that one? But it does match up to that one. I just didn't have it in the right order. Right, let's go next question. Last question, this one. And this is a 3-marker. Last year, Carson collected 9 kilograms of honey. This year, he collects 12 kilograms of honey. Carson works out the percentage increase in the weight of honey collected last year to this year compared to this year. He expects the same percentage increase to be the same for the weight of honey he collects this year compared to next year. Okay, so if we've gone 9 to 12, if we look at the difference in here, we've got plus 3 kilograms. So the percentage increase from here to here, if we work it out as a fraction, I mean, because the percentage will be 33.333. It's is literally a third. It's plus 3. It's gone up by a third, so it's added 1/3. And so if he wants to know what this number is, yeah, we need to add a third to 12. What's a third of 12? 12 divided by 3 equals 4. That's a third. So 12 add 4 becomes 16. So for 3 marks on that one, and again, that's something where we're recognizing simple fractions, because if you can recognize that a percentage of 33.3333 is a third, or a percentage of 25% is a quarter, these sort of questions become quite time saving because you can relate the equivalents really quickly, and it's non-calculator, so they're not. So to work out 33.33333 as a percentage, oh, actually, that's just a third. And then straight away, that question becomes really quite straightforward. So it's a lot of writing to say, why didn't it just say add a third? And that's where NCFE sometimes can get the story entangled in the math. So if I read back again, last year, Carson collected 9 kilograms of honey, correct. This year, he collects 12. Okay, Carson works out the percentage increase in the weight of honey collected last year compared to this year. And we did that. We worked out the percentage increase, but we did it as a, what you say, as a fraction. So we know it's 33.3333 forever as a percentage, which is a third. He expects the percentage increase to be the same weight for the weight of the honey he collects this year compared to next year. So again, it's adding a third. And we work out a third by dividing the number by 3. We split into 3 equal parts, which we know is 4. So we said it's 16. So on here, for 3 points, I'm not sure what they expect. 9 to 12 equals a third increase. 12 plus 1/3 equals 16. I'm quite stuck on what else you would write on there because we've done exactly what it's asked us to do. Right, so that would be the end of my test. I've still got 6 minutes to go. I would 100%, if I've got that long to go, quickly check all my answers that I've put a yes, a no, or a number in there. So is he correct? We know it's going to be a yes or a no. Quickly check my answers. Yes, done that. The second one, it's a number. We've asked to take away one from the other, so we know that's okay. The drawing one, there's no yes or no on numbers. It's just a case of does that drawing look like that in 3D? I think it's great. Then we have the involved question for 6 marks. So we've got the median going on. Then we've got the conversion from pounds to kilos or kilos to pounds, and then we multiply it by our median. So we had to do it in steps, and we figured out that it's incorrect. So we put the justification answer at the bottom. And then for the last question, it was about a percentage increase, but we related the equivalent percentage to a fraction and made that question much, much easier. Okay, so let's be bold and have a look at our answers. Let's see how we got on. 2132. We have got time left on the exam, but what I would say is, can I bring that over to there? I can, but it's a little bit tight there, isn't it? But let's go. Let's go back to 1 and let's see if we can just squeeze it in rather than look at my workings out, because ultimately we want to know that the answers are correct. So we've got 11 billion B's. Like I said, my quick way was to take off all the zeros, which we counted them up and held them there, which was 8. Did the 22 times by 5, then added our 8 zeros back on. There's no reason what method you've used. If they've done it, they've done it exactly the same here, but they didn't. They just did the 220,000 times 50,000, which, taking the zeros off, to me, it makes it less messy. So yes, that's correct. Let's go next question. And I'm wary of, as soon as that hits 0, this screen will go blank. So I don't want to speak massively quicker than what I'm doing now, but yep, that's right. 3.538. Brilliant. Work of art. Absolutely nailed it. Look, carbon copy. Couldn't have done it better myself. So yeah, there was no middle line there. Look, so as you saw on this line, it gave you a clue of where the apex was. You don't have to draw that line. It's just so you're making sure that you're putting your triangle apex of your roof higher than your corners. Okay, that one's a bit out, but we're okay with that. We'd still get insured. Right, next one. Oh, the involved question. So ultimately, we're looking for a what's our answer? I mean, look at all this, how many different size. So we've got, where does it say incorrect? So we've got no, incorrect, and it says here, where have we got it? We've got all the answers. I'm just looking at where we can pull our numbers in from. So we had 9 as the median. Where's their median? You get a point for the median. So 9 is the median, yep. So you actually get 2 points for doing the median. Look, 1 to do them all in order, and then 1 for showing. So we did all that there. That's 2 points just to get to there. Then we did 12 times 2.05, which we said was £26.46. Got that part. And then we did the 9 times 26.46. They trimmed theirs down to 26. Not sure why, but we're talking pounds and pence. We kept ours in that, and it works much better because I said I times it by 10 and then just took 1 lot off. So our answer there is more accurate than theirs, because they rounded that up to 200 to 26, sorry, and then just times that by 9, which still came out at more than. Less than 240. So it still works out, but I just think the more accurate it can be with non-calc, the better it looks. And that was that one. And then we did the next one, which was 16 kilograms. Yes, 16 kilograms. So they didn't work it out. I mean, for me, fulcrum method to find the percentage increase or fraction or decimal. There we go. So you are getting the same amount of points for understanding that you are adding on a fraction, because to add 0.3333% on there, it just makes it so much more complicated. So yeah, we've added a third. We've got 16 kilograms. They're saying accept a decimal value from 15.96. But if you're adding exactly a third on, then absolutely just add a third on. 16 is the right answer. And there are, with 1 minute to spare, with answers in there, everything looking spot on. So I will share that one and I'll put it on Atom on the live. And we've just got one more non-calc to go. And then we're into the calcs again. Right, wonderful. Have a good evening. And I'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.